Hi there Pisces, thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for November. The month begins with a clustering of energy in your opposite sign of Virgo still, and one of those, Venus, in the first week of this month can promote some really beautiful interactions between you and one special person. Also on the second, Mercury, the planet of communication, which has been in a very deep an intense part of your horoscope since the end of August, relocates into your sister water sign of Scorpio. It joins up with the Sun too, and this can give you a real instinct for expanding your horizons, for travel, for higher education, or for just becoming a little bit more varied in your approach to all sorts of situations. But by the 9th, Venus does relocate. It moves into a much deeper and more passionate part of your horoscope. If you're lucky enough to be in a very loving relationship, the chances are it's going to become much more passionate and up close and personal in the weeks to come. But on the 11th, there is a fantastically beautiful new moon, which sees the new moon in Scorpio linking fantastically well with Jupiter, the planet of hope, of expansion and of good fortune. It may not be immediately obvious, but if you can step outside your comfort zone in the following month, or even over the next 5 or 6 months, you may meet the person who can really transform your whole situation. Then again, it can be nearer to home, but just being more open-minded about the type of people that you can link with, either around personal interests or romantically, that you can bring greater colour and texture to your whole situation. But Mars relocates on the 13th and joins up with Venus. Now that's moving into your 8th solar house, which is much more about ends and beginnings, and it's also about some hidden desires that can come up. If there is something you really want, you can find yourself much more go-getting and direct about satisfying those needs. Just watch the retail therapy with this change. You may find yourself wanting to splash out on a big ticket item, and you need to really reflect on whether you can afford it. But in the back of your situation all through this month, your ruling planet or co-ruler, co-regent of Neptune, is set to be highly influential. It has been incredibly so all through 2015, and once more struts its stuff in a right angle with Saturn. Now Saturn has arrived and is going to be sticking around for the next 2 years and slightly more in the sign of Sagittarius, which for you is all about worldly responsibilities. But with Neptune in the part of your scope which is to do with you, the individual, and Saturn in the part of your scope which is to do with how you've got to fit into the wider world and take on responsibilities, the two do not go together at all well. If you think about it, Neptune can, if you like, dissolve structures, and Saturn is about structures. So if you're making a big push to take on extra responsibility, start your own business, accept a promotion, you've got to be aware on how this will impact on you. It could be heavy stuff and be very draining. And when Mercury and the Sun relocate on the 21st and 22nd to join up with Saturn, and then Mercury goes side by side with Saturn in the following week, and towards the end of that week the Sun, and then there is a full moon in a very tender part of your horoscope, which is also opposed by Saturn. I do feel as this month draws to a close, it can all feel quite a heavy burden to you, whatever you're trying to achieve. So if you do go for that big job, but it's in a different location, you could be missing home. Some of the things that have made you feel quite at peace with yourself may be challenged by the demands of your desire to get on in life. So it's juggling all this is not going to be easy. And I do feel that the demands from outside of you are going to ratchet up as this month draws to a close. So you need to make sure that you're developing the strategies to deal with that. And obviously good relationships, having some variety about the things that you do, having some changes, getting some time away for some rest are all going to be important things. But some kind of fundamental shift is going to occur at the end of this month that you do need to prepare for. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.